First things first, Gregor. How are you?
Great, thank you, thank you. I had a very nice evening last night at spinning sessions. I also went to see some friends, Nicky Romero, and well, a lot of stuff. Yesterday, some things at the conference. So ADE really started now, and today is press day, so we got a whole bunch of interviews.
Is ADE, is that something, being Dutch, is that something that is special to you?
For me, as a Dutch person, or in general, well, as a Dutch person, I'm proud and very happy of having ADE in Amsterdam. First of all, everybody knows it, and I think it highlights the let's say the status of Holland when it comes to dance music. But also for me, I live in Haarlem, which is 20 kilometers from here. So it's very convenient.
Sure.
Whereas when I go to Miami or I used to go to Cannes to meet them years back, I had to travel a lot and make all these expenses, and now it's just very convenient. So I'm happy that we have the Amsterdam Dance Event.
So it's almost like a little time off.
No, well, I wouldn't call it time off, but I mean, in a way, it is time off from let's say the studio work and let's say business as usual. But it's the only time of the year when I know I'm going to lose my voice.
Okay.
Every year, like I've been coming here for more than 10 years, and every year when Amsterdam Dance Event is done, you can't hear me.
Is it because being in the crowd and seeing shows, or just talking a lot?
I think it's a combination of talking a lot and having to talk loud, because you're in an audience most of the time in a club, and you have to talk very loud for people to actually hear what you're saying. Then you walk in a club and then you get out and it's quite cold.
Sure.
And in and out and in and out. Then a lot of people smoke and I don't know, but every year I just lose my voice.
So drink a lot of tea maybe and then...
Yeah, here we go.
Fair enough. So before we go into the music you've been releasing lately, I'd like to go back a little bit, because you started playing piano at age 8, I believe?
7, 8, yes.
7, 8?
Yeah.
Do you remember why you started playing piano?
Well, I mean, when you're that small, things are just the way that your parents tell you they are.
Sure.
I remember my mother told me that once my parents had their first house, like the house was not even finished. My parents built their own house, but they already had a piano, because my mom's idea was, or her dream was to be able to give me music lessons. Okay. And she managed, she did very well. I mean, she didn't teach me, but she made it possible for me.
Did she play herself?
No, not at all. But it was her ideal, and I mean, she wouldn't blame me if I wouldn't have succeeded, but
Sure.
it was, she wanted to give me the opportunity, and she did. And so from a very young age, before even playing piano, my grandfather, he used to play piano, and I like that a lot. There was this piano in the house, and all of a sudden my mom said, "You're going to have lessons, do you like it?" And I probably said yes. It just happened, I liked it, and went on from there.
And I find this interesting, because obviously your mother thought it important for you to get some form of musical education.
Yeah.
Were your parents into music? Did they listen a lot to music? And
well, some people, like my mom, before I was born, she traveled a lot in the Dutch Caribbean, and she went to South America and stuff. And I remember, I know we have some tapes back at home where she used to listen to a lot of like Latin stuff and all that. My father, he used to be very much into radio, so he used to have his record collection. But the strange thing is, at my house, we never really listened to music. So my father had this this vast collection of anything everything that people from the 60s have, you know. But we hardly listened to it, to be honest. But again, my mother thought it would be something good for my education to be able, or to at least get the chance to learn to play an instrument, and I'm happy she did.
But it's very interesting, because well, you're kind of known for doing Latin house and having those kind of elements in there, and now you say so. Was that connection made at an early age with Latin type and Caribbean type music? And
well, I've said this in some other interviews. I can't prove it, and I don't know if it's true. But my theory is, to make it clear, like for me, Latin, Afro, Cuban, whatever, like rhythmical groovy music always has felt very natural to me, and I don't know why that is, because that is definitely not something that you used to hear a lot in Holland, not where I'm from. But I was in my mom's belly when she was traveling through Colombia, Venezuela, living in the Dutch Caribbean and all that. So I must have got some of those grooves, like being there, chilling. I don't know, because I remember like years later when I was I don't know, I don't know, in my teens or something, that my parents, they liked Gloria Estefan. This was the 80s, I don't know, and those songs didn't really interest me, but I was totally obsessed with the grooves and the solos of the trumpet and the piano players, and I loved that. Nobody around me liked that. I don't know why, but I just loved it. So maybe there's a link there, something. I don't know.
Okay, but well, you mentioned this time around 18. I suppose that by then you were already very much into music and making it.
The time I was 18.
Yeah.
Actually, I was in high school, and me and one of my best friends. He was the DJ and I was the piano dude, and but we both really liked house music, which at the time, and I'm talking 1990 or something, was pretty. I mean, it wasn't new, but it was pretty new. Most people didn't really listen to dance like nowadays. So we kind of teamed up, and we won a prize at my high school to buy our first equipment, because back in the days you needed to invest a lot to get a studio running, and that was we won that prize at the age of 15 or something. Or 16, and then when I was 18 or 19, I released my first record.